So, I have a series of questions, and the safety word is flesh. So
Okay.
if you don't, what answer, you can say flesh. What's your name and how long you've been married?
My name is Latoya Blake, and I've been married a little over 2 years.
Okay, what was your maiden name?
Humphreys,
Okay, how did you meet your spouse?
through mutual friends. I met him now 11 years ago. We were supposed to get married back then. Things didn't work out, and we got back together. I found him on Facebook again, and we were together about 3 years, and then we decided to get married.
Okay, was marriage something you've always wanted?
Yes, definitely. I always wanted to feel like I belong somewhere, belong to somebody. So, yes, marriage is definitely something I always aspired to have.
What are some challenges?
Oh, geez. I guess losing some of your independence. Um, Making two people one is a huge thing. Um, Realizing that this is not like boyfriend and girlfriend anymore, so you can't just walk out when stuff gets hard. That's a thing for me. I'm a runner, so when it gets on my nerves, I want to say I want a divorce. I want a separation. I've said that several times the last 2 years. So it's a challenge to stick with it.
Okay. Do you solely believe in submission to your husband?
That's a hard one for me. I'm used to being independent. I've been a mom since I was 17 years old, so I'm used to being the mom and the dad, the everything in the household. So I believe in submission to my husband. I just haven't worked all the kinks out with myself yet.
How are issues resolved?
Um, that's a tough one because sometimes I feel like issues aren't resolved. They just you kind of get your day to day activities, so you don't really resolve anything. You kind of just move on. So that's kind of a hard question to answer.
So you stated that there were times where you wanted to give up.
Mm-hmm.
What made you stay?
Because I take my vows seriously. I mean, I'm at a point now where possible separation is on the table, like legal separation. We are currently separated, but we still live in the same household, so I don't know how separated that is. But trying to, I guess, abide by my vows, trying to show my daughter that, this is something that I did in front of the Lord and my family. And so I wanted to show her, like, you don't just give up when something is tough. So I kind of stayed just for her and for myself to prove I can do this.
Okay. Was there infidelity?
Oh gosh.
You got the safety word at your hand.
Yes.
Okay. How was it handled?
It's still, I guess, in the process of being handled. It's not really resolved yet. So um, I guess we're just trying to communicate and see how we got to that point and move on from there.
Okay. Um, I'll read a few verses from the New Living Translation. Matthew 18:21-22. Then Peter came to him and asked, Lord, how often should I forgive someone who sins against me? 7 times? No, not 7 times, Jesus replied, but 70 times 7. Do you agree?
That's a struggle. I just asked me that question yesterday as far as me being a married woman and having issues with my husband, and saying, how many times do I have to sit around and wait for this to change? My husband is currently unemployed and has been on and off unemployed basically our whole marriage. And so I'm the sole breadwinner in the household. And so I'm kind of like, well, how long do I have to forgive him for not providing for me and my child? So um, I believe it in theory, but it's hard to do the walk.
Okay. So who is the head of the household?
Most people would say me. I think I would say me. I think he would say me.
Okay. So do you think that the Lord plays a major role in your marriage?
Not like he's supposed to, no. That's
Okay.
a big problem.
Okay. So what makes your marriage different from every other marriage in your eyes?
Um, that's kind of a hard question to answer because I think that when you're going through something, you think your marriage is different than everybody else's, but in turn, it kind of is the same. Like we all have these same struggles. We might not talk about them out loud, but in speaking to other married women, sometimes they just like their husband. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes they want to walk away. So I would say I can't say how my marriage is different. I think learning how it's the same as other people's is helpful for me. Like I said, it's hard for me to describe. I guess how it's different.
Okay. Um, What is it that you battle the most in your marriage and within yourself?
My anger issues. Um, Trying to be patient. I'm a kind of I want it now person, so that's a huge battle with myself. Not flipping all the time is a thing. Trying to be more, I guess, I want to say realistic, but not act off emotion all the time, and that seems to bleed over into my marriage as well.
Um, so, do you believe you were married in the eyes of God or eyes of man?
I think in the eyes of God only because, like I said, we had struggles before, and the Lord brought us back together after being separated for 6 years. So, to me, it's like meant to be. So, I definitely think in the eyes of the Lord, especially everything we've been through, and we're still together. I mean,
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you believe in divorce?
Yes,
Why?
I feel like if you're unhappy with something, life is too short to stay in an unhappy relationship, unhappy job, unhappy anything. So, after you try everything you can try, then sometimes divorce is the only option. So, yes, I do believe in divorce.
Malachi 2:16. For I hate divorce, says the Lord, the God of Israel. To divorce your wife is to overwhelm her with cruelty. What does that mean to you?
Hmm. Can I pass?
Yeah.
What?
That's fine. I had another one in Matthew 19:9. And I tell you this, whoever divorces his wife and marries someone else commits adultery, unless his wife has been unfaithful. Do you have any thoughts on that as to um, once you've been married to one person, that will always be the person you're married to, whether you choose to separate or not?
I think in theory that sounds, I don't say in theory like I'm questioning the Bible, but I don't believe that personally. I feel like if you went in the eyes of the Lord, that may be applicable, but if you, like you said, or got married in the eyes of man, then how do you know that the next person you get with isn't your person?
All right, last question. If you were not married to your husband, what do you think your life would be like?
I kind of ask myself that a lot. Um, Lonely. Sometimes I feel like less stressful. Um, he's my best friend, so if I wasn't married to him, hopefully he would still be in my life. But to be honest, I feel like sometimes it'd be like a lot less stressful than it is right now.
Okay, all right, that's it.